Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly radio show called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach, and I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. If your organization is having a nationwide conference and you need a keynote speaker, I'd love to be a part. You can find me at debsofield.com. I've got a number of books on the market. My book series, Encouragement for Your Life, Tough Love Memos to help you fight your battles and change the world, are available on Amazon, as well as my book, Speak Without Fear, and my latest book, Perfecting Your Platform. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, and all my books will appear. My public speaking books are also available on Audible. I've got a great theme today, and it's this: our friend, keep going. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for spending these next few minutes with me. Let's get started with today's show. I really hope you tuned in last week. I had a great show called Swing for the Fences. And so what's going to happen this week, because I want to keep with that theme, is, friend, I want you to step up to the plate and take a powerful swing with all your might and watch that ball sail over the fence so you can round the bases and be proud that you really gave something your all and were successful. So to add to that thought, this week I'm going to add this directive. Our friend, in this life, you really need to keep going, because there's a great chance that everything you need will come to you at the perfect time if you continue on. And you know that's the key. Continue on. It's not easy to push forward when it seems like the winds of life are pushing you down or are pushing against you. But when you consider all the other times you hunkered down and pushed through, let me remind you and encourage you not to give up. Because for many listening today, I believe your success could be just around the corner if you'll continue on. I gotta say, I meet people all the time who say to me, Deb, I'm just tired. They're tired of working. They're tired of their situation. They're tired of their life. You know, it's a tough place to be when you have responsibilities. So, today, I simply want to bring a word of encouragement to help you focus on a few areas that seem to snag people when they're feeling down and out. Listen, I know it's easy for me to say today to keep going, continue on, and trust that everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. So before you change the station, just thinking that this is another feel-good show without a message, friend, think about this when it comes to your life. If you give up now, you'll be back to nothing with no dreams that are within your reach for success. Stay with me here. If you give up now, you'll be back to nothing with no dreams that are within your reach for success. In my work, I see it all the time. It is a consistent pattern where people just want to chuck it all and walk away before they finish. Because the desire to continue on, let's be honest, it's hard. And for some, it's a little vague. Because many times it's not defined, or it's not defined in a way that you feel will benefit you. So in thinking about how you might want to stop and consider how to push through, let me give you what I think are probably the top 3 barriers to your outrageous success. Number 1, some of you are running from a problem that you just need to fix. Number 2, you're making excuses instead of making decisions. Number 3, some of you are just procrastinating. Yikes! Any one of these options, or all 3, are most likely the culprit of what's stopping you from going forward, from continuing on, from living the life you've imagined. So, stay with me and let's talk about your problems. I love a quote from Mark Chernoff, who has said, "We make life harder than it has to be. The difficulty started when conversations became texting, feelings became subliminal, sex became a game, and the word love fell out of context. Trust faded as honesty waned, Insecurities became a way of living. Jealousy became a habit. Being hurt started to feel natural. And running away from it all became our solution. Wow, he's right. And when you think you're running away from your problems, trust me, you're not. Because you know that one day you will most likely have to deal with them again. Your current laziness, you slacker, is just taking up space in your head that you could be using to move your life forward. But no, you're thinking you can outrun the mess that you made or somehow got yourself into. Hey, here's some advice. Fix the problem. Do whatever it takes to unloose yourself from the situation so you can walk away free with no strings attached. All right, this is an honest radio show. Not easy. I get it. Some of you, well, you've really made a mess. So friend, stop and figure out how to fix it. Listen, continuing to run from a problem you need to fix is just prolonging your pain. All right, maybe you're into pain. I don't know, but I can tell you without a doubt, you're losing money, time, energy, and most likely, friends, and perhaps family. Because you were either too selfish, too self-centered, or too senseless to loosen yourself from the contract you created when you got into this mess. And I call it a contract because that's how the other person is viewing the situation, whether you see it that way or not. So, to break your contract, you need to stop running. Face the issue that has gotten you into this mess that you're in. Dear listener, fix the problem. Now, some of you need to stop making excuses instead of making decisions. In last week's show, I gave you the statement that to be successful, you need to give your best effort and not your best excuses. I know it's easier to make excuses rather than making a decision. It just seems like your excuse should be enough until you can figure out what to do. But the funny thing is, you know what to do. You're just not doing it. You're living life in a holding pattern instead of solving the problem and making the tough decision, beginning or ending something. You're making excuses that'll keep you circling and never landing, whether it's your job, your financial situation, your personal habits, or whatever else is just waiting for you to make a decision about. Let me remind you about the outcome of circling around your decision instead of staking your claim. Just like an airplane that is waiting to land but is being told by the tower to circle and circle and circle the airport before they finally let them land. Friend, if you're not careful, you'll run out of fuel and crash. Or worse, you'll be made to land at another airport and not your desired destination. And then you really are in a mess. All because you decided you'd hold out, hoping you would not have to make the hard decision until it's made for you. But just know, when someone else makes your decision, it will be without any regard for you since you gave away your power. Now that's something to think about. And finally, those of you that are procrastinating, which is similar to running from a problem or making an excuse, but has a little different nuance for my purpose today. See, I find that many times we procrastinate or delay or postpone big and small events in our life because we think we can't give it the proper time it needs to be successful. Unlike the other two barriers, not fixing your problem or making excuses, which shows you're a slacker, freeloader, lazy side that you've got. Listen, I don't always consider procrastination a bad thing unless it's something that's due now and you're just being lazy and you're not getting to it. So instead of me hammering you again, let me just encourage you, dear listener, not to procrastinate on these 7 things that I think you should do now. All right, these are my 7. Number 1, I'm going to start with financial. Where is your will? Where's your healthcare power of attorney? Some of you need to dust it off, review it, and put your important papers in a safe place where someone you trust knows where they are. While you're at it, consider writing out what you would like done for your funeral. I know, but believe it or not, this is a happy message because if you're not careful, I'm just telling you, I've been to some funerals that are downright embarrassing. So here, help yourself, help your family. From the preacher to the music to your obit. And by the way, get a decent photo of you while you still look good and make your obituary interesting. Or be assured your kids will put you in a pine box on a slow train to Georgia and then argue over what little money you're leaving them once the taxes are paid. Number 3, I believe you should save at least 1 month's payment for everything you have due. I know all the advisors say 3, but that can be hard for some, especially if you've got a big mortgage. But if it's hard, try to set aside at least 1 month's payment for the house, the car, the groceries, the utilities. And friend, don't spend the money. You're just going to set it aside. Number 4, I really think you need to do something memorable while you can with your family. And yes, it's probably going to cost money. Now, not the money that you are saving for your 1 month's payment, but a little extra money. Because here's what I know. A lot of people regret never doing anything really memorable to look back on. All right, number 5, clean up your space. For goodness sakes, people, don't make us haul off your stuff to the dump or Goodwill or Miracle Hill when you're gone. No one has time for that much work. And frankly, I find it a bit selfish that my friends are taking valuable time from their family to clean out your stuff. By the way, when you do, it is such a great feeling. Number 6, get your spiritual life in order. I'm not going to push you here, but I do want you to think about the legacy you're leaving. And then number 7, here we go again. Forgive those who have hurt you. This doesn't mean you have to be close again. You can love from a distance. Oh, but please, dear listener, unburden your heart and mind and live free. And just remember, they're not even worried about you anymore. You're hanging on. They've moved on. So let's just leave it at the river and don't pick it up again. All right, I know it's not a long list, but it's one that I would encourage you to consider. And if you're so inclined, add to the list for you and your family. Simply stated, stop procrastinating. And then do the things you can do easily today or next week. It only takes a bit of time, and it will save you in the end. It's been said that there are 2 primary choices in life. You can accept conditions as they are, or you can accept the responsibility for changing them. Today, I hope you will consider accepting the responsibilities for the problems that maybe you've caused. And that decision that needs your attention needs an answer and not another excuse. Most importantly, please stop procrastinating on big and small things in your life. Now that's an easy fix, if you'll just get to it. Dear listener, you've no need to make it harder than it is. You just need to remember that everything you need will come to you at the perfect time if you'll continue on. I'm Deb Sofield. This is Encouragement for Your Life. Stay tuned. Quick break. I'm going to come back with ways to keep going in your amazing life. Hi folks, Deb Sofield here. Today's top executives have a lot more in common than mastering the boardroom and the bottom line. Successful people in business and politics have learned the art of mastering the media. Friends, you don't have a choice. In our high-tech, high-speed media age of Twitter, blogs, Facebook, and 24-hour news cycle, either you move quickly and decisively to define your product, your company, or yourself, or others will define you. To be successful, you can't afford to miss the mark because the public won't give you a second chance, the media is unforgiving, and YouTube will replay your remarks until you've been ground into dust. I can help you learn how to craft a message that will answer the questions and put the issues to rest. Answers that will resonate with reporters and the public, answers that will protect you. I'm Deb Sofield. I've been in the battlefield of business and politics for over 30 years. I know and understand how the game works, whether it's crafting your message, putting you on camera, or a hot seat for interviews. Let me help you be successful. Contact me through my website, debsofield.com. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly radio show called Encouragement for Your Life. I came across a really great article by a lady named Ashley Fern, and it was excuses you need to stop making if you're serious about being happy. I thought it fit right in with my message today. So here we go. The author says, excuses comprise the root of much of our self-destructive behavior. People make excuses to prevent themselves from achieving greatness. This is a terrible mistake in life to make because all you're really doing is sabotaging yourself. She says, seize each opportunity that's presented to you and immerse yourself completely. Come on, don't make excuses because you'll only hinder your personal progress. If you want results, you need to stop making excuses. Work hard because that is the only way you will garner the largest and most beneficial results. And here are some excuses you and I need to stop making starting today. The first one is, I'll get to it later. She says procrastination is a terrible problem that many people engage in far too often. By putting things off to the last minute, you'll be forced to rush. And when you rush, you tend to make errors. Honestly, you may never even get around to accomplishing this task if you are continually pushing it off for a later time. The next one. People say all the time, I don't have time right now. In the end, you will learn to regret all the opportunities you passed on. If a chance is presented to you that you really want to take, then change your schedule and make the time. You never know if you'll have this opportunity again, so you need to take full advantage of it. Her third point is this. Most people say, somebody else will do it. Oh, come on. That is an extremely lazy excuse and one we make far too often. Don't leave it up to someone else to do when you could simply do it yourself. We've all heard the saying, if you want something done, then you have to do it yourself. No one can accomplish a personal task better than you. Come on, stop being lethargic and do what you need to do. I hear this next one all the time. But it's too late. Come on, honestly, it's never too late to go after what you want in the working world. Hey, maybe your degree hasn't prepared you for the field you hope to work in. You can always go back to college. And there really is no age limit for enrollment nowadays. Many people, if not most, have no idea what they wanted to study when we were just kids. As a result, a lot of people picked a major that's completely unrelated to the career they've always wanted for their life. Number 5, stop saying, it's not my fault. Listen, people, stop blaming others for your problems and bad decisions. As you grow older, it becomes more and more important to realize you, dear listener, need to take responsibility for yourself. Hey, maybe you had a not so great upbringing, but you're in adulthood now. The future is in your hands. No one else can be held accountable for your actions except for you. And the sooner you realize this, the better off you'll be. Number 6 is, people say sometimes, well, it's just too hard. Come on, nothing worthwhile really ever comes easy. Hard work breeds success and profitability. Stop underestimating your skills. You're more capable than you think you are. If you stopped making excuses and started taking action, you would be surprised with your capabilities. Now, some people do number 7, which is, now's not the right time. Listen, time is our most precious and valuable resource. Everyone's given the same amount of time in any given day. But the manner in which you choose to spend this time, well, that's up to you. If you have the resources to do so, now is as good a time as any to accomplish your goal. Number 8 is one I have to laugh at, is when people say, well, I just don't have any luck. Listen, there's no such thing as pure luck. Only the luck you create for yourself. You've got to depend on yourself to create a great future. Friend, don't be complacent and expect and hope and wish and dream that things will just come to you. You have to be proactive and seek chances out. Do not take a back seat to life. Go out and make things happen. And remember, strategy's everything. Please stop saying that you're too scared or afraid. Fear paralyzes people and holds them back from reaching their full potential. You never know if you can succeed if you never try. All right, remain positive. Life is what you make of it. And although life can throw you some awfully big blows, come on, you're capable of overcoming them. Number 10, I'm comfortable here. There's no reason to try anything else. That makes me laugh. Come on, life is unpredictable and you never know what's coming next. Never, ever get too comfortable. Always be ready to change. When you feel complacent, then you're in repeat mode, doing the things you already know and not learning anything new. How can you ever be truly happy if you spend your life on repeat? It's like Groundhog Day. The same thing over and over and over, day in and day out. The truth is, you will be bored solid. So, do something outside your comfort zone and feel the power. I like that. It's like feel the power when you step up to the plate and swing for the fences. This was an article by Ashley Fern. Excuses? You need to stop baking. I like that one. All right, came across another one, How to Stop Procrastinating, and it's by Henrik Edberg. I love this one. It's a Spanish proverb. Tomorrow is often the busiest day of the week. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, one of the most common problems is procrastination. We know what we want to do and should do, but we still end up spending hours doing things that are, quote, easier, or watching TV or scrolling on your phone. Now, nothing wrong with a little escape from time to time, but if you procrastinate too much, you will not get the most important things done. And sometimes you'll find yourself in a negative spiral. Well, it could affect your self-esteem, and then you spend your days in a funk. So here's some things you can do to start living more fully. Number 1, stop thinking, start doing. A bit of planning can certainly help you achieve what you want to achieve. A lot of planning takes a little bit of time, but here's the key. Don't try to come up with a perfect plan. Just do something. Stop thinking, start doing. Number 2, don't blow the task out of proportion. By overthinking and putting things off, you're not only protecting yourself from pain, you're making mountains out of molehills. Listen, here's the key. Stop blowing things out of proportion. Just get it done. Olin Miller said, if you want to make an easy job seem mighty hard, then just keep putting it off. Number 3, take the first step. I love the quote by Dr. King. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. When you look too far in the future, every project seems impossible, and you shut down because you become overwhelmed. That's why you've got to shift to the present and get to work. Number 4, start with the hardest task of your day. Dale Carnegie says, do the hard job first, the easy ones will take care of themselves. Hey, maybe you've got an important call to make that you're a little bit fearful or uncomfortable. Maybe you got behind in some of your work. Maybe you haven't done your work. Whatever it is, get up, get going, and get it finished. Start with the hardest task of your day. Number 5, make a decision. Theodore Roosevelt said, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. The next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing is to do nothing. See, when you procrastinate, you want to do something, but you don't take the action that's in alignment with your thought, and then you become conflicted within. It sends signals to your brain that maybe you should just stop. That's pretty lame, people. Make a decision and get going. As hard as it is, sometimes you have to face your fear. Dennis Waitley, famous speaker, said, procrastination is the fear of success. People procrastinate because they're afraid of success that they know will result if they move ahead now. Because success is heavy. It carries a responsibility. And it's much easier to procrastinate and live on the someday I'll do it thought. It's just harder to take action, to risk looking like a fool, to make a mistake, to stumble. Come on, people, take responsibility for your life. All right, number 7, finish it. Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task. William James. Not taking the first step to accomplishing something can make you feel bad, but not finishing can leave you really feeling cranky. So, what you have to do, don't think that you have to finish everything you start. If a book is terrible, read something else. But don't use that as an excuse not to do the hard work. There's no law that says you have to complete every single thing. But friend, if it's worth your time, get to it. I happen to like this article. Seems a little bit different. I did have to edit it for time. How to stop procrastinating. I think it's been interesting because I procrastinate. I know I do. I have a lot of jobs and it just seems like it's hard to get to it. But then it piles up. And then I have to get on the road, and then I have to go speak or do a radio show, and then it becomes a mountain instead of the molehill had I just finished it the first time. So I want to encourage you, my friends. I want you to have an amazing life. I got to say, I think it's important that you just keep going, move forward, accomplish your dreams, put your plan in place, do the 7 things that I mentioned about getting your life in order to help you and others, so at the end of your days, you can rest. I'm Deb Sofield, and you've been listening to Encouragement for Your Life. Hey, thanks for joining me this week, and I hope that you'll join me next week, same time, same place. Have a good one, everybody.